Hello.
Hi.
How's it going, everybody? I think we're good. I may need to plug back in and check it.
Yeah, maybe you should check it just because Mercury retrograde.
Dude, for real. Yeah. And we had a solar flare.
We're going to talk about
yesterday or a couple days ago, whenever. And did you feel all the wind yesterday? That was part of the whole.
Just kidding. We're going to talk about it right now.
Thing. Well, yeah. But like, it caused, there was some wonkiness going on.
Well, it was interesting because I was looking at the I'm a big weather follower. And it was like, we might have this little.
What's the frequency? That's not what I meant to do.
Mercury retrograde.
Mercury retrograde.
Mercury retrograde.
See,
okay,
Lord. All right, I'm just checking. I'm
not going to even say another damn word until you are done checking.
You're the one who told me to check.
I did, and I knew as soon as I said, "Oh, you never know," because of Mercury retrograde, something was going to fail. There you go.
No, we are good. We are good on it. Yeah.
Okay, so back to the solar flare. So I was looking and I'm like, oh, there's only like a 4% chance, and I think the little blip of the cloud coverage that we were gonna get was like bloop. So I was like, oh, we're gonna get like a couple of sprinkles or whatever. Mm-hmm. And the next rainstorm isn't until Wednesday, Thursday, I think.
Oh yeah, we had a rainstorm last night. Did you
hear
that?
The weird
so
thing.
nice. Patricia enjoyed the rainstorm.
She enjoyed the rainstorm. But that's what was weird about it is because... Oops, I forgot to turn that off. Because the...
Ouch. Sorry.
Now you're going to smell...
It smells so good.
I was watching the radar and it was like nothing. And it was funny because like we were outside and I'm like...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
This,
yeah,
like,
I drove home in the rain.
Storm and all this other stuff. And then she was like, there's a solar flare. And I looked into it and I was like, holy shit. We almost died.
Keep talking.
But we didn't die. We got crazy.
But did you die?
I did not die. I instead got crazy wind and like super allergified. But yeah. And then it stormed like crazy last night. Bad. And I was like, that was not on the radar. So
it was nice.
It was
I slept good.
Oh yeah. I haven't had red wine in forever, and I had like one glass.
And you're like,
I was like, oh.
Yep.
The sulfates.
Dude, yeah, it gets to me. It gets to me the next day big time.
Yeah.
I should probably take these off. They make too much noise.
But yeah, so welcome to our channel.
Hi.
This is Honeybee Awakened.
I'm Melissa.
And I'm Melissa. And yeah, so this is our channel for those who are going through awakening, awakened, or seasoned awakeners. Just to, I like it, right? We're seasoned.
Instead of like a weekender, awakender.
Awakender. And we go through all kinds of things, astrology. We do channeling, as well as we pick a topic to kind of help with whatever weird stuff that happens when you're awakening.
Yeah, we're kind of like, we'll help guide you, navigate you, maybe even just kind of give you some kind of comfort in knowing that other people are going through weird shit in their awakening as well. So, don't feel bad about it. It's all normal. It can be considered normal.
Yeah. So,
and I got a new shirt that I love and I'm never taking it off. This is the second day in a row that I've worn it.
It's just so comfy.
I got it at Wally World. And look. It has holes for your thumbs.
Wasn't I wearing a shirt the other day? You were like, it has thumb holes. You were so excited.
It's just, I don't know. There's something, and like I said, I sent a picture to a friend of mine. I was like, look, it even has, it was the one I was meant to send to you. Well, I sent it to somebody else and I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to send that to you. And they were like, you know how much I like thumb holes too. And it's like, oh, that's right, I forgot.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So we'll start off. Our first part is free flow, and it's just kind of how we talk about
how our week went.
How our week
We had 2
went.
weeks to talk about.
Yeah, so we apologize because we did not make it last week.
It was my fault.
We're going to blame Mercury retrograde. I was not going to blame Melissa.
We can blame me. I'm all about owning all kinds of shit. Like, oh, my bad.
Yeah, she didn't feel good, so
I did not feel good.
yeah.
I was, you know what? it was just not mentally. I was just sad. I was like, I can't move. I hurt all over. I'm not gonna go back there mentally right now, but like, you know,
yeah,
it was rough. It was a rough fucking week.
it happened.
And then Pluto went direct on Wednesday.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that in the buzz. But so anyway, so we're gonna talk about our past 2 weeks then, and it's just kind of weird shit that has happened to us in our weeks. I have to say I've had for myself a pretty quiet, spiritually wise, couple of weeks. I think for me, I'm in this. Let's settle down. Let's settle down there, Kimasabi. Take care of your shit. So yeah, I don't know.
I've just been having like all kinds of crazy, weird dreams.
Yeah, I
So
haven't even had any dreams. I can't remember the last time I texted you and was like, check out those dreams.
I know, and when you were dreaming really heavily for a little while there. Well, I'm taking all of it for you at this time.
Sounds good.
It's been, especially since Pluto went direct, it's just been completely just like boom, boom, boom. And I'll fall asleep for 10 minutes. You know, like, you know how like you toss and turn, you look at the clock, you're like, oh, it's not time to get up. You go back to sleep, you wake back up, and you're like, it's only been like 10 minutes? Well, I'll have a whole like lifetime worth of dreams in that 10 minutes. It's been really, really, really intense. Like I'll just like,
Yeah. I mean, I will say that so when I meditate, last week, the week before when I meditated, it was like visions. Like I'd be in a vision like that. Last week, it was like, no, bitch. Boop, go to sleep. I was like, do I need some healing? Like, what's going on? And it's funny because every single time that I would go down to meditate, something like dogs or somebody's ringing on the doorbell or whatever, and I'd kind of come out of it, and my whole body's doing that. And I'm like, oh, I was somewhere. And then I go right back, and they're like, no, we said go. And I'm like, okay. And I wake up, and I'm like, oh my God.
yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what was going on that, but yeah.
You needed
But
to
no,
go.
I haven't had really anything that's just like, whoa. Numbers, lots of numbers lately.
Yeah, the fours.
The fours, the ones. I was thinking about something today. Hold on, I gotta think about what I was thinking about.
Mercury retrograde.
Mercury retrograde.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about.
I forget what I was thinking about, but it was something so, like minute. And I was like, oh, I should do that at some point in time in my life. And then it was like 11:11. I was like, or now.
Or now. Heard.
I heard you.
I've had a couple of 11:11s too. Like I was watching.
We had 22:22 last night.
We did.
Well, me and Patricia did.
It's been a rough couple. It's been a rough couple of weeks. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Sorry I wasn't there.
It's okay. I had fun with Patricia.
I'm sure she did too. That bitch. But yeah, I was watching. It was either Full Disclosure or Deep Astrology or something from David, and he did something or said something where he kind of like looked up, and then like I looked at the top of my phone at the clock, and it said 11:11.
Oh, how funny! I love it when that kind of stuff happens.
I
When
do
it's
too.
so synchronized that you're like, yeah, no, something told
Like, I
me to
cannot
look
deny.
at that. Like,
Yeah.
I can't deny that I was pushed to look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, another one. So I keep seeing 95 for some reason. And I was thinking about
did
how
talk
we
about
talked
that.
about that last night, me and Patricia, not this girl.
I was partly there.
And I was thinking about that, and I was like, yeah, I wonder what that means. And I shit you not, 5 cars, boop, 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 because I'm like sitting at a light. And it was like,
All the license plate had 95. in it?
every single one. And one was like 9559, It was like 95, 95, 59, 95, 95. And I was like, what does it mean, though? But who got it?
What does it mean?
But who
Have you
got
seen
it?
the Miley Cyrus memes?
No.
What does it mean? Oh my god.
I'm never on the internet.
I know,
guys.
you're never on the internet anymore.
The only time I ever go on
Sad.
Facebook is I'm like, I really need a coffee table. And then I go start scrolling and I'm like, oh,
Found a
look
coffee
at my
table.
friend is doing that. I'll like that. Okay, where's that coffee table at?
What does it mean?
But yeah, no, I definitely do not seen that. You'll have to show me later.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah. So, they are really...
Oh, we need to turn the fucking fan off. We forget.
Somewhere.
There it is.
Um,
We're like, there.
So,
What does it mean?
well, let's go ahead and go into the buzz.
Okay.
So let's talk about...
Yeah,
So
there's a lot going on
first-
astrologically.
Let's talk about...
La,
So,
la, la.
because we already kind of got into it. So, Pluto went direct first. So, I found this thing that was like... I liked how they said it. Pluto goes direct, Saturn goes direct. And it's kind of like mother and father.
And so if you guys don't know what we're talking about, so Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter, Mercury, and I think there's one other one. Is it Uranus? Or Neptune? Ooh, I can't remember.
I
But
don't think it's Neptune.
6 planets are, or 5 planets, 6 planets I think, are retrograde right now. Retrograde means when, if you were to observe them in the sky, it looks like they're moving backwards. It's just that they do
No,
this
it
little
is
loop-de-loop around.
It's Neptune.
It's Neptune, okay. But so when they go direct, it's like instead of going backwards, they stop and then they go back forwards again. So it's kind of like whatever energy those types of planets hold, especially like where they fall in your birth chart, worldwide wise goes. Once those planets go direct, that energy kind of gets turned back on in a way, and it's like, okay, so what were we doing moving forward? So yeah. Anyway, sorry.
So yeah, so Saturn is direct now. Pluto is direct.
Mm-hmm.
So Pluto is the death and rebirth part, right? So
Yeah,
that
transformation. Pluto is like all
was a big
things
one.
transformation, because when you like basically death is the ultimate transformation, right? Like you go from, or transition, you go from life to death.
But Pluto going direct was kind of like a rebirth.
Right, but in order to have a rebirth, you have to have a
yeah,
death.
of
So
course.
like things end and things begin.
Correct.
Yeah.
So we had that last week. Was what my point was.
Yeah.
Is that we had our rebirth last week. After.
In certain areas.
Yeah. So that's why
Yeah.
when she was saying she was not feeling so great, that might have been part of it.
Oh, it was like a dark night of the soul. All throughout, like usually when you go through a dark night of the soul, which is like basically you feel like the world is ending all around you, it takes a couple of years for that to kind of like work its way through your life. This felt like it was all at once, like 2 or 3 years, all wrapped up into a week and a half point. But I was able to handle it. Like it was kind of like, like that song, "Hello Darkness, My Old Friend." I was like, hey, what's up? Do we really have to? We do? Okay, fine, fuck it, let's go. Can I have a drink? Thank you. That's how it felt. I was like, I don't fucking do this right now.
Yeah.
But it was actually like, here's one thing that I've learned, especially with Pluto transitions or any kind of negative or a low vibrational or just heavy situation. If you can stick through it, on the other side of that is the most amazing thing, the most amazing revelation, the most amazing feeling, the most it can even manifest into a physical thing in your life. So I made it through. If you didn't make it through, I'm sorry. That means you're not watching this. But if you...
Rude.
Sorry. If you did, congratulations, you're still here. Yay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Saturn going direct starts today.
Started last night at 10:50, I think, Eastern Standard Time. It happened overnight. And so basically when you woke up today, if you were in the United States, Saturn went direct. And Saturn is all about structure, any kind of rigid, not law necessarily, but more like this is how we do things.
Well, and that's why I put that Saturn's kind of like the father and Pluto's like the mother. And so you had this father and mother kind of thing going, like the mother's like helping you through. And
she births you through. Ooh, I've never considered, because Pluto's like Hades, like the ruler of the underworld, and he was married to, what's her name? Persephone?
Yeah, Persephone.
She just agreed to go to the underworld. But I can see how Pluto would be like a mother. Mm-hmm. Like, the mother births you into this world.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Sometimes
dang.
I come up with some cheese.
Revelations. Think.
That's happens to me in my meditation. Think. But because it's like the father, it's very it's very rigid. It's very like, do as I say, and they don't even have to give the count to 3, right? They're just like, do this, and you're like, whoop, okay, I'm gonna
and
do it.
Either you do it or you're gonna come up against some really harsh obstacles. Yeah. Saturn returns. Fuck yo shit up. Fuck your shit up.
I will say today for myself at work, I was like, oh dang, I got a lot of shit to do.
Yeah.
All of a sudden.
Well, yeah.
I'm starting to feel a little closed off.
We're moving this train along here.
Okay, there's a lot of shit. Cool. Okay, so we have, and then Saturn's in Aquarius, correct?
Saturn is in Aquarius.
There's a bunch of shit in Aquarius. I was looking all of this up. There's a bunch of stuff in Aquarius, but Saturn is Aquarius, and what I thought was really interesting about that is that Aquarius is the friendly but fair.
Yeah, it's kind of like we're gonna take care of everybody. Everybody's good. Okay, nobody gets extra treatment.
Yes. Like no, you cannot go have an extra snack. You must divide it up in equals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My Aquarius is in my 5th house, I think.
And then we have the sun is in Libra. Do you like my little sun on the scales?
I was wondering what you were drawing over there.
I don't know if you guys can see it, but I doodle. There you go. You can kind of see it. I doodle whenever I'm taking notes because I can't help it. And this is notes, but I'm taking from myself. It wasn't even like I mean, I looked up to make sure like that is direct, right? But so anyway, the sun's on the scales. And so this whole...
And so is Mars and Mercury. Mm-hmm.
Which then I think Mars is going into...
They're all going to end up going into Scorpio.
I don't think Mars is. I was literally just listening to something the other day. I hope not. That's my Lilith too. Fucked.
Eek. Well, yeah, that's the next sign for it to go into.
Yeah, but I was listening to something.
Yeah, it's got a few weeks to go.
Yeah,
I can't remember how long it takes to go through Libra. But so I don't know if you noticed this, but like, I think in the last week, Mars being in Libra, everybody's getting fucking married.
I did see a bunch of people getting married. Weird.
Like.
Law.
Well, I was just like, so Libra,
think about it. Mars is not the god of love; it's the god of war.
It's the god of war. But so Mars is your daily activities and what you like. I'm gonna go do this. Like what?
That's what I'm saying. If you've got then the justice, it's not like just we're gonna go get married.
No,
by law.
So Libra, make this happen.
We're gonna make this happen.
Put a stamp on it.
I'm ruled by Mars.
But Libra is also
It's your name on it.
your name on it.
Your name on it.
Libra also rules creation and beauty and children and any kind of art. Mm-hmm. That's Libra. It also rules relationships. Mm-hmm. Your mirror, Libra needs to pair up. Mm-hmm. Libra's like, okay, I've got my person. That's good. Okay, and what else are we doing? Mm-hmm. Like Libra has to be, with other people in order to find the value within themselves. Like that's just a typical Libra trait. Libra rising, and I have Saturn and Pluto and Jupiter all in fucking Libra. So I'm constantly reinventing myself, and it has to do with other fucking people. Not no more. I'll fix that shit. Anyway, but so Mars in Libra is yeah, let's go make babies. Let's go, buy a house and put shit in it. Let's get married. And it's ooh, stop. Everybody just hold the fucking phone. Did you mean to do that?
We are in Mercury retrograde too. Might want to take a step back from that one. You might want to
hold the fucking phone. And Venus is in Scorpio, so she's just
no.
Yeah. She just went into Sag. She just went into Sag. So, because all the planets will go.
You're saying for the people who got married, it was Venus.
Yeah, I was hold the fucking
phone.
You're
gonna get stung, bitch. Just kidding. If you get married, we're super congratulatory.
We're so happy for you. We're so happy.
We're so positive. Well, and seriously, and all we got told to be joy today. So we got channeled joy. Be joy today. We're so
happy for you. No, it's great. Well, and a lot of the people that got married that I saw, they've been
yes,
yeah, hello. They've been together forever.
Yes, it's true.
And so now this Sun's in Libra, Mars is in Libra, Mercury's in Libra.
It's like the pugs in Heat.
It's all of a sudden.
Do it now.
All of a sudden they're yeah.
Gotta do it.
What is going on? So yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So if you found yourself in that position and you were what's going on?
But I will say, so I wrote this down too, that because the sun is in Libra, there's a lot of balance and harmony, even despite Mercury in retrograde right now. There's a lot of balance and harmony. I don't know if you feel that, but I know from everybody that I see in my life on day-to-day basis, I'm there really is, there might be some frustrations, but there's this oh, okay, here we are.
Well, and
we're here now, and I'm even with Mercury in retrograde, and it's yeah, there's just this
we're
balance
doing it.
and harmony thing.
I think it's harmony.
Harmony.
I think that's a really great segue into the bee's knees.
Yeah,
because we're standing in our power now. We really are.
Before we go into that, I also have another segue for that. Which is, before we get into the bee's knees, we have to talk about the airlines.
The what?
The airlines. Remember, I don't watch the news.
Do we get to talk about fun news stuff?
And this was...
And y'all know I was a flight attendant for a hot second. So, and I've been watching the news.
I haven't even looked at Facebook or...
And do you remember how David was
Instagram?
Something's gonna go crazy with flights and the airlines and stuff.
Well, and Instagram and everything. So obviously all of that shut down last week, which was weird because how do all those things shut down?
The big shutdown for 5 hours. Even with
I didn't even know.
Even with Techie, that's how much she's not on it. Even with Techie was he was I don't watch stuff, but guys.
Well, because they do, and what he said was they all have backup service for backup.
Yeah, there was no reason why they shouldn't have been up.
No reason,
unless there was a reason.
Or Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde fucks with.
It's because they did that shit on purpose. Excuse me, I'm gonna go get some more wine. Oh, my shorts. Woo! My bad.
So we'll talk about the flights. So I don't ever stop and be oh, what's on the news, And this just, I had a notification on Facebook. I had a notification
You go.
on Facebook, and it was Jess, and so I was like, oh, what'd she say? And it was just that she liked that I liked her shit. But then, like, I was like, oh, okay. And the next message, I was like, oh, you guys want me to talk about this on the thing? Because, again, I wouldn't have even looked. And it was talking about how 668 Southwest airline flights had canceled. By the time this person had gone to bed, they are estimating 1,000 to 1,400 will be canceled today, and they're calling it weather-related or that their people need rest. And so they're canceling all these flights. And it's because this person was told by their friends who are pilots and flight attendants.
It's like, I'm talking about pilots all the time.
That they had until November to get. So now they have all their banked vacation and personal time, or they lose it. Oh, yeah. And off-duty crew are not picking up trips to cover because they're all walking out, and it's due to 80% of the pilots being ex-military. And they're like,
yeah, they're like, you can suck it.
We're not doing this. We're doing this for America. And so they're just like, no, we're not doing it. And I was watching that. I was like,
girl, because shit's going down. You need to get online. Some shit's going down.
But I was like, oh my God.
It's going down.
What a great way for America to step into power, because what better way to like kind of destroy like government shit? No flights. Sorry, we don't have a flight there. Sorry, we don't have a flight. Do you know how many government officials, government people have to fly to here, to there, to do whatever they got to do? You can't do that if they don't have flights. They all don't have a, what do they call that? The big...
Air Force One?
Yeah, Air Force One. I was like, Area 51? That's not it.
Can we go by Area 51?
They shoot our ass. Like, not those alien bitches. They'll find some shit.
No.
So, that's really a great segue too. It's like, not only are we talking about stepping into our own power, but I feel like our collective is stepping into the power. Even the ones that are like, no. Even some of them are like, well, but
people that are still on the other train are now being completely shut down by the other train,
or even the ones on the fence.
Yes. Yeah, it's
my turn to get wine.
They are it's flip-flopping over to where it needs to be. Yeah.
So it's really interesting.
You look skinny.
Thanks. I like it.
Maybe it's just
I don't feel skinny at all.
Your shorts are like baggy.
Oh, go. Way to backhand that compliment, Melissa.
What? No, like you look skinny. I'm jealous. What are you doing?
I ate some chocolate today. Yeah, no, it's not been good. I've been really bad for like a week.
Oh, well.
Which means it's going to catch up to me. So next week I'll be fat.
I was going to say, so next week you'll be fat. Okay, that makes me feel better. Next week I'll be like, girl,
you're going to be all skinny.
Your
I'll
booty
be
looking
fat.
juicy.
Be like, oh, you're skinny. You'll be like, you were skinny last week, bitch.
Oh, no. This girl got
So, I feel like collectively already. Collectively. I had to say that so that Mercury didn't mess with me. That it is because we shut everything down.
I'm sorry, we have to for the sound.
I know. But, and you're wearing a long sleeve shirt, so.
With thumb holes.
That collectively we're like, okay, we're going to step into this power. And then Saturn goes direct, and it's like, no, you're going to step into your power, right?
And then Witeki talked about everybody's just kind of stepping into their power.
Yeah, but I mean, with Saturn going direct, which is the father figure, right?
It's facilitated. It's like, hey, I want to get from here to Dallas in an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a really great ambitious goal, but how are you going to get there?
Mm-hmm.
Saturn Direct is like, I just rented the fastest car in the world. Jump in. Let's go. Mm-hmm. Let's make that happen.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I manifested it. I wanted it. And here we go.
Yes. That is the perfect segue into the bee's knees, because our whole conversation tonight is about stepping into your power and having confidence in your higher self. So your higher self is, for those who don't know, your higher self is your...
Not Patricia. It's not Patricia.
No. It's not Patricia. Although she's really good at connecting with your higher self. So
let me tell you.
Your higher self is your God consciousness, right? Your Christ consciousness, whatever you want to call it, your universe consciousness. It is the part of you that has advanced and lived every single life that there possibly is to live and has all the knowledge, period.
Yeah.
And if you take a seat back, your ego, and you listen to your higher self, it's like no holes barred. Like, what do you want to do? Well, yeah. I want you to do this. Do that. Oh, wow, this is even better than what I wanted to do. And your higher self's like, yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
I totally got
you. Because we can see and you can't.
Yeah.
So just
and so us. If you trust your higher self and allow yourself to step into that power of knowing that your higher self has got your back, number one, and trusting, my downfall, number two, that everything that you've ever wanted and could possibly want, not even knowing that you want, can happen. Unless it's something, that your higher self's like, you're going to be fucked if you do that. Don't do that.
Yeah. But I mean, like you can ask for anything that you want in this world. And if you trust, you will receive it. Mm-hmm. You have to be very specific. Like, if
you do, because
put your damn vision board together and you're like, I want this. And
but
this
even
and this,
that,
and
I'm like, you got to be careful because you weren't very specific.
I know on that one.
Specific on that one. Or, some of these other ones, I'm like, you weren't very oh my God. Specific. This is why I put the third chakra on. Specific. Because you got what you asked for, but you weren't so specific that you're like, you know what? I want this. I want marriage with this, or whatever the case may be.
Ew, don't put that on me.
Okay. Someone else. I want this with marriage with this to be this.
And then be married.
That's manifesting
my $1 billion bank account.
And that's stepping into your power. So with Saturn being direct, we have this fatherly figure that's like, come on, you got this. Let's go.
Yeah.
And we have to be able to go, not to be, little whiny butts and like, I don't know if I don't know.
Whiny ass.
And it's like, no, step into it. And it can be scary to step into your power. It can be scary.
It can be ultimate. It's almost like, so have you ever heard of, well, no, you have heard because actually I think you're the one who brought it up to me. Imposter syndrome?
Yes.
Yeah. So for somebody who is like, really like me, like I may not come across as a very insecure person, but I am the most insecure person that I know. Mm-hmm. Always second guessing my abilities and just everything. And whenever I put myself out there, like the imposter syndrome kicks in, and I'm like, well, I don't want to say that because I'm not as good as other people. Like, and when I'm giving an example, I'll just use my photography as like the main example because that's kind of what happened this last week. And I had to I didn't even have to. I swear, once Pluto went direct, I had a conversation with my roommate. And I was like, so this is like what I'm going to be doing. And this is this and this is this. And they were like, you're not going to get a real job. And I was like, you know what? I do have a real job. I'm the best photographer that I know, and I'm going to make this happen. And I don't care what anybody says. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of like the energy just changed. It was like, whenever there's oil and you put a drop of soap and everything goes away from it, that's what happened to me. As soon as I said that, I was like, because it's true. But I'm not one of those people that can write an affirmation, mm-hmm. stick it on a mirror, and sit there and go, I am amazing. I am love. I attract what I want. Like, I can't do that. It's like, if I'm not feeling it, I'm not feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. And I have now it's kind of like I have no choice now but to acknowledge the fact that I am talented. I do have the abilities. I have the training. I have the knowledge of how to run my business. I've done it for forever.
Yep.
And now I just have to realize my worth. And that, as soon as I was like, I'm the best photographer that I know. It wasn't a cocky, overconfident, it was more of like...
It didn't come from your ego.
It did not come from my ego. It came from my soul. And it was like, I know that I can do it. Like, if you were to say, Melissa, can you shoot this? Absolutely. I know I can.
Yep.
Because I have the raw, basic, fundamental knowledge of everything. And there's some things that I'm better at, some things I'm like, meh. But my overall knowledge of it, yes, I can shoot anything and make it look fucking badass.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to, I don't know what happened, and I don't think that there's any magical pill or way to get there other than maybe the stars aligning the right way, and also just surrendering to, God, surrendering to your higher self.
Yeah.
And being like, this is my truth. This is my honest truth.
Yeah.
This is who I am. Like, don't try to be anything you're not.
Well, even if it's like, we'll say it's the stars aligning, take advantage of that, like if we're in this moment right now where you can be in your truth, then don't sit in the background. If you're feeling this overwhelming soul coming out of you that's like, no, it is this. Stand in that.
Be confident and just trust.
Yeah, you have to trust
that God's got your back.
Yep.
So if you take that leap forward, you will not fall.
Correct.
You will not fall. You might stumble.
Gonna be a lot of stumbling.
Because you gotta... This is life. We are not angels living in the clouds, floating around, being like, ding, I'm gonna make this happen. No, we're fucking humans.
Yeah, and we're almost like that little game, what's Pong, right? So, like we might be thinking we're like right here, but really we're going boop. Okay, boop, not that one. Okay, boop, this way. Okay, not that way.
Yeah.
And so it's never going to be a straight line to, okay, now I'm a millionaire and da-da. No. Like, we're here for the experience.
Yeah.
We're here to experience sadness, love,
which is
death, hate. I mean, anything you can think of, we're here to experience that. We want to experience that.
Yeah.
We can't experience that if our life is complete bliss. And I guarantee you, if you ask anybody who's a billionaire, if they just have complete bliss and they never had anything wrong, the answer is going to be no. If you could actually talk to their soul, you know what I mean? Like ego might be like, oh yeah, it's the best, and nothing's ever bad happened. Bullshit. Or we find them many years later coming out about their story about how horrible their life is.
Yep. I had a dream. I forgot to talk about this in the free flow, but I had a dream that we were all everybody's just living their lives outside, and we all look up, and there was this giant hand that put this penny and then a couple of other little things on top of us, and we realized we were in a petri dish, and that the people up there were just like us, but in another expansion.
Look how small they are.
Yeah. And that they're up there, we just can't see them. They come around every thousands of years compared to us, because our timeline is it happens really fast for us.
Yeah.
But whenever they're up there, them coming over and putting a droplet on a petri dish to get a microscopic view of something is a few minutes for them, whereas for us it's thousands of years. And so I woke up and I was like, oh my god, are we in a petri dish?
I mean,
we might be. We might be. And I was like, maybe the flat earthers got something. Oh! I don't really believe
that's kind of funny though.
Because I was like, oh,
that's funny. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I always think of it as earth, 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 earth. Earth, and it's like all these different universes expanding out.
Yeah. For every one, there's like 10 around it, and then for every 10, there's like 10, you know.
Because I've always said that, like, when you make a big decision, you split, bloop. And part of your soul goes that way, and part of your soul goes that way.
Jesus.
I've had a couple of spots, you know. But anyway, the point is that, you know, now is a big time to step into that power and really just be like, okay, you know, what do I want? I mean, what do you have to lose?
You have the support. You have the support of the planets. You always have the support of God, right? And your higher self.
Well, and isn't it whenever Jupiter goes direct?
Jupiter goes direct like, on the 18th. So Jupiter is
that's kind of like the defining thing too, right? Like from this Saturn going direct of us being like, whoop, stand in your power, to then like Jupiter is going to go direct, and it's like, okay, now expand on that, and like
Jupiter is like the planet of it's like the planet of luck, expansion. Like, it's the big gas giant, right? Like, it's going to go. So whatever it is that you're doing now and manifesting, and you're like, I'd really like this, or I'm so terrified of this. Whatever it is that you're thinking and manifesting now, Jupiter's going to go.
Yeah, so don't be thinking about fears, because.
Yeah, no, and I'm so just like, oh, finally, I don't care. Like, freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose, right? The famous lyrics. And that's where I'm at right now. Like, I have nothing left to lose. I have nothing but freedom. I've, you know, gone in and out of the dark night of the soul for the last couple of years now, and I have no, like, even this on a cellular level, my cells don't have a choice. They're like, no, we believe this is all going to be great now. Like, that, I have no choice. Right. I'm so thankful for that, but it's like, damn, y'all, we had to go through some shit.
For real. Cool. Did you have anything else to add to Stepping in the Power?
Girl, I got all kinds of stuff, but we don't have no time for that.
I ain't got no time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
All right, well, let's do our channels.
Where's my box? Oh, it's right here. Why is it hot? Oh, it's behind the computer. It's like, my box is hot.
I'm over here shaking my head. I'm like, I just know it's coming. It's coming.
Did she pull some last night? Did this bitch pull some last night? I don't know about it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right. We had the Pisces. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yep. Oh my God. Do you remember the Yip Yip Martians?
Yeah. Yip.
I show that to some people that clearly didn't watch Sesame Street, and I'm like, you don't know the Yip Yip Martians?
Those are my favorite.
Me too. Yip. Aha. And the big long mouth.
I know.
Yep. Aha. Oh. Ring.
90s babies. Not 90s babies, but 90s kids.
80s babies. 90s kids, yeah. Oh, and that's...
Patricia, remember me talking about the age thing on the license yesterday? Where I was like...
In Wally World?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. No, that was still early on.
Oh, okay.
I remember up to the point of the kids were...
Oh, doing the...
They were doing accents.
Yes.
We'll just say that. They were doing accents. And then I remember, like, I was Snapchatting, like, I was, like, taking a video, and you were, like, bending over, and I was like, look at those legs. Look at the muscles. And I was like, I'm going to send it to her. I don't think I ended up sending it to you.
I don't know. I do have a message, though.
Oh, maybe I sent it to you.
Oh, shit. Look at it. Look at it.
Oh, I love it. OMG. Hold on. I got to take my thumbs out. Okay.
Do you want to give me one more? No.
I think that there's something going on with the Aries energy, because they just sent me a flash of Carrie. My friend Carrie, the one that owns the gym.
Oh, I thought you meant Carrie as in the ring, because it's Halloween.
Nope. No, she's an Aries.
Oh.
I think she's like the 3rd or 4th or something. When's yours?
8th.
8th. But they showed me her and they showed me you. And I was like, is it like an Aries thing?
Oh, maybe.
All you Aries with your pretty eyes and shit. Get off me.
I love when they confirm that,
So
like,
gross.
yes, this is what we want to tell you. Just love that.
I want to get some Oracle cards. I've always wanted some, and every time I see them, I'm like, maybe sometime I'll get some. Why don't you just get them?
Anything else?
Oh, okay. Ooh.
Okay.
It's Hangman upright. Okay, so things are not as they seem. There's a lot of water, Neptunian, Sagittarian type of energy, maybe. Okay.
I got Libra, Capricorn, and Cancer.
Interesting.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're in Libra season. We have Capricorn in the moon right now.
That's Libra, but she's in reverse. That's the Queen of Swords. Mm-hmm. In reverse. And then 9 of Wands in reverse. Seems like
We're taking a time out.
You know what? It seems like there's like we're holding our tongues.
I can see that collectively. I think people are in the, I'm going to watch this and I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah. Yeah, we're kind of like keeping the cards close to the chest, not
Honestly,
saying anything, keeping the door closed, like
yeah, and honestly, you can't really say anything about anything these days because somebody gets offended one way or the other. So I think a lot of people are just like, okay, I'm just going to shut up.
Yeah, I'm not going to say shit. And then we've got the Knight of Wands upright. That's also, what's a Sagittarian energy as well?
Well, Venus is in Sagittarius, which is
Pisces.
universal love. So it's the, like, collective love is what Venus is in right now.
Yeah, she wants to go and explore and be happy and free, and Mars is just like, but I want to get married. She's like, no, I want to be a community dildo. That was on a movie. What was that movie called?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're not creative then. Just kidding.
It's not me.
Well, I
didn't
got
do it.
resurrection, comeback, rebirth, renewal.
32.
And then I got the healing temple of lunar light, life cycles, energy healing, communication. We got this last time.
We did?
2 weeks ago. We did. We actually got both of these last time.
What?
Mm-hmm.
You shuffling? You did. I saw you shuffle.
I shuffled a lot. So I think they're still on this, like, we're going to have a renewal, but there has to be some energy healing and some communication in order to get there.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they gave me, I mean, Libra and Capricorn makes sense because we're in Libra season and we have the moon in Capricorn right now.
What kind of cards does this usually give? Like, does it always give specifically a
It's either
Libra, Capricorn, Cancer?
No, it's either that or planets.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it gave you signs.
It gave me signs this time.
So we've got
And then
Libra,
Cancer.
Capricorn, and Cancer.
So we have kind of the justice. We have the...
and creation and beauty, too. And relationships. This is all about relationships right now. Like, everything that we're going through is definitely relational-wise. What'd you do?
I like poked it or something. I don't know what it hurts.
Stop hurting yourself.
Yeah, and then Capricorn's very, like...
Capricorn's structure.
Grounded. And then we have Cancer. What? Go.
Well, so if you look at the planets that are in these right now,
I've never seen it with a goat with a fishtail.
that's really interesting. Why does it have a fishtail?
I don't know. I mean, they're not very fishy.
Capricorn, well, you know what? They are.
They are kind of fluid a little bit.
Well, they're like emotional little fucking wrecks. But, like, they love the drama. And no, I'm structure. But pay attention to me.
It's true. I've never thought about that.
They're a little fucking dramatic.
A little fishy fish.
Damn, cappies.
Right, and then we also have the Cancer, which
Sorry,
that one's
I
weird.
love all my cappies. Y'all know I
Cancer.
do.
I have lots of Capricorns in my life. Cancer, there's nothing in Cancer right now, but Cancer's very like family and
It's the moon,
takes care of their
the attractor, the reflector, or reflects the sun's light. It can also be very like standoffish,
hard
energy. Like I want to protect myself.
which coincides with that.
I'm trying to pull a clarifier for it. The Hanged Man. They don't.
I just realized what they meant
What?
when they were saying ask a question earlier.
Oh yeah.
They just pinged me and they said now. Okay.
Oh, now we ask it.
Yeah, I just heard now.
Oh, okay. So I got the Tower in reverse and the Princess of Wands in reverse. So I think that collectively with the
Just sitting back waiting.
Hanged Man. Why can't I think of the name of the card? The Hanged Man. We get the Tower in reverse and the Princess of Wands in reverse. And the Princess of Wands is like the page. So that's like we're all sitting around waiting for the tower to crumble, for some kind of information, for some kind of like, but we're not going to get it. We and any information that we do get is not going to be what it says. It's not going to be, and that's been the theme over the last couple of years anyway. But we're waiting for this giant life event, world global event to happen. It's not going to happen. It's happening, if that makes sense. Like, it's happening. It's kind of like you're waiting for the mountain to fall, but the mountain's falling one little rock at a time. Like, it is falling. We're taking one little rock at a time. You're gonna wake up and even be like, "Hey, there's no mountain there anymore." That's what that means. That's what that means. And we're not saying anything.
They said, be patient, calm down, everything will be all right.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that, like, stand in your power. Do what makes you happy. Like,
Well, we've
ultimately
been saying that for the past couple of times where it's like we keep getting these messages of just like, be in the moment, be happy, enjoy where you're at right now. Don't worry too much about what's going on in the future.
And like what David was saying on that intuitive that I showed you, he's like, the dinosaurs didn't know
Right.
that this, big Earth event was going to happen and they were going to be extinct. I mean, there's dinosaurs that were found fossilized with food still in their mouth. Like, they didn't know.
Right.
You're not going to know. There's no way to be prepared. Just live your life and be happy.
Live it and be happy. Don't worry about it.
Just live your life. Eh. Princess of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, I think that there's gonna be some false information that's given to us about finances. And I think that we're going to think everything is fine and it won't be. And then any information that's given to us where it's like, oh, it's the end of the world. It's not. There's going to be some kind of information that we get and it's going to be almost like it's the opposite.
Yeah. I mean, we've been dealing with that for 2 years, so.
I know. I'm really getting tired of that old narrative. I'm like, how do I interpret this? It's the same fucking thing. Okay, great. Thank you. Yeah. See, Knight of Swords in reverse.
This is why I don't watch the news.
Well, I watch it to stay like informed, like, okay, what's going on with this? What's going on with this? You know, and I like at this point I can always tell like what's been hyped up. Like when you see a news story and they play the same clip over and over and over again, bitch, that's all that you have. And you're just going to play the same thing over and over again. Whereas, yeah, so, like there was a fire at a riot. Ooh. But I went to the store and I got some vegetables and I came home and I made dinner. And there were no riots near me. There was no burning down of anything. Like, it's not as dire and epic. Yes, there are incidences.
Right.
Yes, there are things. I mean,
It's not like the whole world.
It's not.
That's the thing.
The world is not burning down.
This is why I stopped watching news, because they were just like making it seem like the whole world is gonna end.
Yeah, you have to be able to like take yourself out of it.
I went to HB and I did this and I did that and then I went to the
everything was
park
fine.
and everything's fine. So
yeah. Well, and the
not
only
saying
reason
I don't care about what's happening in the world. It's just a matter of like, I can't get wrapped into it. I want to live in my moment. I want to live in my truth. And, you know, I would much rather spend my downtime drawing, playing with kids, hanging out with my dudes or whatever, instead of worrying about what the fuck's going on in the world. Because there's not shit I can do about it.
No, there's nothing you can do about it.
And I pray every day for the entire collective, so it's not like watching the news is going to help me pray anymore. Like,
well, and this time last year, right before the election and all that stuff, I was like heavy into it, and I was not good within myself. I wasn't protected. I wasn't secure. I was still going through a lot of the negative shit, like on the tail end of like the Dark Knight and all that. And the outer world affected me so much. So whenever I would watch stuff, I mean, I was sucked right into it. And, you know, I already am extremely sensitive to the entire world around me. This time around, like I can watch any news story. It doesn't matter what it is. I can watch it, and now I have those. There was some movie or something that's coming out. I can't remember what it's called, but like I've got the glasses where I'm like, oh yeah, that's that propaganda. Oh, there's that scare tactic. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, whatever. It doesn't even affect me. I can still feel the collective. I can still feel what everybody else is feeling. But now I'm just like, and I'm able to redirect that emotion and that intention and that concern into my own stuff and my own being.
Exactly. Not wasting it.
Nope.
Exactly. Stand in your power.
Stand in your power. Wow, that was a really
Yay. All right, guys, we got to get going. I promised my daughter I'd watch Circle with her.
Oh, y'all are going to watch. Oh, The Circle. Yeah. That's a good one. With Natalie Portman?
No, it's like a reality TV show. It's hilarious.
Oh, there's a movie called The Circle.
Oh, yeah. That's good, too. But she's a teenager and she's into reality stuff, so.
A reality?
Yeah, I usually do my affirmations while she's doing it, but she don't tell her that.
What is it? The Circle?
Yeah, it's like you don't know if somebody's catfishing or not. And they put up like a Instagram profile type of thing, and you talk to the other people, but you don't actually talk. It's all through texting and emojis. Oh. And they have to figure out who's catfishing or not to see who wins. Yeah.
How old are they? 13?
13, yeah. So I'm like, okay, click. Oh yeah, I'm totally watching. You hear her say that, but
you're there with her. That's what matters.
Exactly. She's a quality time love language. So am I. So we work out that way. But yeah, she was like, "You didn't hang out with me last night." I was like, "You had a friend over." I had a friend over.
We were all
Everybody
hanging out.
had a friend over. And she's like, today.
Everybody have friends.
Yeah, her friend was like, can she stay over again? The friend was like, can I stay over again? And she's like,
Aw.
You said yes, but I want
She was sweet. Or
time.
they or whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, so anyway, thank you guys so much. That was way too much information for you guys, but what up?
They're like, what are they going on and on about?
Love you guys. Stay true to yourself. Namaste, motherfuckers.
Stand in your power. We got that one.
I got one. All right.
We love you all. Mwah.
Bye, guys.
And we'll see you here again next week. Oh, be sure to go and click the like button if you're not subscribed to this. It's just
subscribe,
That's
like,
it. I quit. I'm
and
done.
share.
I'm out. I'll see y'all later. Go visit us at Honeybee Awaken on Instagram as well. I'm gonna get more regular. I'm gonna get regular this week. Got a lot of editing to do, so I'm gonna get you guys all set up with some new snippets from previous videos, and I'll be posting more throughout the week. And yeah.
Yes.
Love you all. Mean it.
Yes, Bye.
Bye.